the point of when they were talking, when Higgins was talking about it, I could see, I was having one eye on you and you were leaning in, you were looking like you were ready to interject. Did you have in your mind that you wanted to make this the time to set the record straight if you called it fake news and marketing?
Yeah, to a certain degree, yeah, because I thought it was one of their main talking points. But I was going to let him finish without being rude. I didn't just want to cut him off. But I did want to address it because I've heard it quite a lot. And as I said, when you hear it once, it's like interesting, twice, 3 times, and then it gets brought into a marketing tool for the fight. I was like, whoa, if there's any better time, let me just address the situation now. So I just thought, yeah, I said, with all due respect, I'm not shy to admit, you've seen it happen with the Klitschko fight. Klitschko got dropped in that fight. It doesn't make him a shit fighter. It doesn't make him a weak fighter. He's still regarded as one of the greatest champions we've ever had. So I'm just saying that what I take from that is it takes more than a human or more than just talk to kind of put me down and keep me down. I'll just keep on going. So that's what I was just trying to explain, is that I see it from a positive aspect, the times it's happened, but other people try and use it as a weakness. So I just said, like, let's not talk about fake news, let's talk about facts. And if you look at what I've been through, when I got stopped in Europeans, when I was sparring Price, to fighting Klitschko, none of those trials and tribulations and storms have stopped me from still wanting to achieve great things.
Dealing with facts then, you're the one that's talking stadiums, you're the one that has been dropped and got up off the camera, so if those are their best shots to throw at you, surely then psychologically they're out with it.
I think that's why I don't know if they was using it as a way to kind of gain confidence in their camp that they've got a chance. Do you know where I'm coming from? You know when you have to like say negative stuff about someone to kind of make you feel better. So I was like, is that the trick? And I thought, nah, they're smarter than that. But as I said, like it is good. Like in terms of like when I fought Klitschko, you know, he was a lot older than he was in his prime, for instance. But I think that what rolled back the years for him was experience. So fighting in the stadiums and so on and so forth rolls back a lot of my mistakes in terms of experience. So I do actually hold on to that, and I say that was, as I said a minute ago, that was the best thing that could have happened to me going through those fights. But other than that, honestly, in boxing, especially heavyweight boxing, it's down to the best man winning. That's all you can put it down to. So I need to win. I can't afford to lose, but I want to do it in a clinical way. You know what I mean? That's important. But if I have to go to war and drain my body of sweat and energy, I'll do that to get the win. That's no problem. But I like to do it. I want to do it the clinical and not easy way, but fashionable way of boxing.
I just want to ask you. I know you're a bit of a gamer. So I just want to, in terms of like an old school sort of beat 'em up, we're looking at levels, going up the levels. Where's Parker in terms of how hard are we getting now? Close to the end, you've got Parker, then Wilder's on the horizon. You've got that, even the big boss of Tyson Fury at laughing at you from on high. So where does this one sort of fit in terms of the toughness of the whole game?
I think that the toughness is like, so let's say I want to box for another 10 years. It's staying consistent. That's the toughest part. How long do you stay the boss? That's what's important. That's the toughest challenge. And then in terms of the other guys I'm fighting, they're top 3. But in terms of levels, Parker versus Fury, Parker versus Wilder, Parker versus Klitschko, Wilder versus Klitschko, Wilder. You put it like that, I'll let you make the decision. I'm not going to give you the answer.
He says that to be considered the man at heavyweight is to beat him, whoever it might be.
Yeah.
How do you feel? What's your take on that Fury situation? Do you see where it's coming from?
No. Remember, like, it's his decision to not box. No one forced him not to box. It was his decision. He had 2 rematches scheduled with Klitschko. He didn't take the fights. He's been inactive for 2.5 years. Should the whole boxing industry stop and wait for him? He hasn't addressed the situations properly. You know, what can we do about that situation? I'm not going to stop my career. I'm going to keep on rocking and rolling. Remember, people forget that before like the Klitschko fight, Fury wasn't really regarded as an exciting fighter or the man of boxing. His talking has gained him the respect recently, and the adversities he's faced has gained him a lot more attention than his boxing style. They even struggled to sell out the Manchester Arena when he fought Klitschko. So you can't forget, when you talk about I have to beat the man, I don't really think he is.
Is there a desire though to fight?
Do I?
Is there a desire from you to fight?
If there wasn't a desire to fight anyone, I would have packed it up now.
Well, Fury in particular.
They're all the same. They're all just compares, honestly. There's not more than another. They're all the same. Not so much Fury anymore because I'm a bit bored of the talking. I just want to see him get back in action. And sometimes I say the right thing and I say I'm looking forward to him getting back, and other times I just say I can't be bothered because it's just an ongoing situation. So for me, when I won the championship belt, I stayed active and carried on progressing, and he didn't. So it's a shame because these were like his glory days now. So I hope he gets himself together because we've stayed consistent and he hasn't.
Do you think we've seen the best of him?
You don't know. You don't know, do you? You don't know. He's still young. But he's been pro. When did he turn pro? 2009.
Yeah.
What's that now? 9 years? He's been pro 9 years? It's a long time. It's a long time. You know, to put your body through the sparring, the fights, the training camps, the running. Maybe that's why his body is going through what it's going through. It's a long time to be fighting. So you just don't know. But when you weigh out the facts, it's a long time to be fighting for.
Anthony, a lot of talk in there about strength and weaknesses, both mentally and physically. But what do you think is going to be the biggest difference when you get into the ring between you two?
Like balance, relaxation, being able to deal with all styles, I think. And who watches boxing more, I think? Who studies the game more? But I said, I think like what made some of my fights entertaining is my lack of experience. So in places where I had strengths, I lacked in other places, which kind of made up for, like, you know, when you get hit with a big shot and someone's like, "Phew," that's entertaining for some people, but for me, I'm like, fuck, my left down was low. So I think whoever studies the game more and brushes up on their skills and their weaknesses will come out victorious, really.
And you're going to unify 3 of the belts if you get a win here.
4.
Sorry, 4 of the belts, sorry, my mistake. What did it mean to you, like, personally to...
I'm joking.
What did it mean to you personally to, like, have that against your name?
It is good. It is good. It is good. It is good. With me, I'm like, you got 2 ends of it. It is what it is. You know, I just enjoy it. But then on the other side, you can't take away from how great that achievement is. You know where I'm coming from? It's good because I'm still active. I still train at my local amateur gym. I train with all the Olympians. It's real grassroots stuff. So, like, for what's the biggest prize in sport, not just boxing, they say that to win that title is the biggest prize in sport. To win that and to be so close to people who are trying to be boxers just to keep fit, it's a great achievement. So on the one side, it is what it is because I'm around like my local people and that. But on the other side of things, it's one of the best achievements anyone could achieve in sport. So it's good. It's a good balance, I think. It just balances it out.
And just finally, talk about trash talk. You talk about having that respect for opponents and stuff. Do you think trash talking still has a place in boxing and should be carried forward, or do you think it should be?
It definitely does have its place in boxing, but I think it's good when it's natural. If that's who you are, that's who you are. You know, I don't think you should use it as a tool to sell a fight. I've always found it interesting that people can hate each other before and then after the fight they're hugging each other, loving each other, and oh, he was great. And before you're saying how shit he is and you're going to knock his block off. I just never really understood that. So I think if you don't like the person, like me and Dylan, we still ain't shook hands. We don't shake hands. And I didn't shake his hand after he didn't shake mine because that was a real revenge fight. And Klitschko was a lot of respect, and I do respect him till this day. And it's just a natural type of thing that you have with your opponent. So I would never put on an act to try and sell a fight. There's no need for that. That's like PR, promoting, my training, my achievements. That all speaks enough volumes than me having to go down there and like belittle someone to kind of boost the profile of the fight, I think. I don't know, I've heard so much in boxing trash talk that nothing's new anymore. You know what I mean? I think that quote, King of Pies, I didn't even, Graham Norton said it, and it was just like a bit of banter.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have called him king of steroids, but it was just a bit of banter, king of prize. But maybe he took it to heart.
That's how Parker responded to it. Maybe that's what he called you. I mean, that's a fairly serious charge to know.
Yeah, it is. Can I sue him? Can I sue him?
I'm not a lawyer.
Nah, I'm joking. It is what it is. I know, like my records are clean every time I'm tested. What I pay for to put up voluntary tests between us, so I know where I'm at. That's why I don't buy at it, because I just think, like, in the comfort of my own home and in my camp and where I'm at, stuff that people say don't really get that far into my personal life. So I just let it stay there. Do you know what I mean? I let it stay there. It is what it is. And if I'm not clean, you'll find out this fight. And if I haven't been clean for my fight, she'll see me struggle against Parker, because anything I've been taking will be out of the seat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you'll find out throughout this training camp and throughout this fight whether I'm the superhuman or I've got something pushing on this superhuman power that he claims I have, or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, but obviously it's been a difficult couple of years around Fury, basically, sort of dragging on as well. And then what's made of that?
I think it was me, I would get a lot more stick. That's what I think. I just think he's lucky. You know, what is he admitted to? What did he admit to? What is it, like drugs?
Yeah, well, they managed to sort of backdate it and start the ban
It's not good, mate.
the November 2015 title.
It's not good. It's not good at all. Not in this sport. Your life's on the line. Anything to do with that type of stuff isn't good. You have to be careful. People's lives are on the line. I just don't. It's not like a game of golf where it's just the mind. This is like physical, and you can get real damage. So I just think that it's a shame that people, you know, get caught up in that type of stuff, really.